Citirama is an experimental performance where the patterns of architecture join the rhythms of music in mutual celebration. The inspiration for creating this piece of visual music was one particular building in the City of London. The building in question is the Leadenhall Building, colloquially known as the cheesegrater. I knew from my very first visit onwards that its very individual form of visual expression would offer a rich source of pattern-making material. This is because the cheesegrater makes its mark by revealing the structure, services and circulation routes on the outside. The workings of the building are not hidden, but instead they become the means of expressing its nature and function. It invites people inside rather than presenting a closed facade to the world. So what are the patterns manifest in the cheesegrater? I think first and foremost, what I've found is a series of leitmotifs. I'm making use of the musical connotations of this term quite deliberately. Sometimes these are small details, as you see here. Other times they are whole elevations or complete spaces, but always they serve to capture a design language that produces architecture of exceptional quality. My experimental performance requires not only an ordering of images derived from the cheesegrater's leitmotifs, but also a complementary ordering of movement derived from the rhythms of a musical counterpart. I found this in Richard Rodney Bennett's sonatina for solo clarinet. The constantly changing rhythmic patterns of the sonatina's three movements have led me to producing a piece of visual music that demonstrates a close interchange between architecture and music. It's a two-way process, whereby in my performance on solo clarinet I take delight in joining the patterns of architecture with the rhythms of music, and conversely, joining the rhythms of music with the patterns of architecture. My realization of the first movement introduces a set of repeat patterns, all derived from my leitmotifs. Each pattern is continually changing and evolving, and it's in this form that I project my patterns onto the slanting facade of the cheesegrater, as you'll see now when I perform the movement. If this sort of display was to happen in reality, it would be the largest light show in town, if not the world. What a sight that would be. But for the present at least, it must remain a computer simulation. In the second movement, I create a series of reverse explosions. As you see here, fragmented components of my leitmotifs gradually come together or spin apart to reveal the architectural elements from which they're derived. In the last movement, I'm confounding the eye with a series of quick-change collage. It's the most rhythmic of my three movements, with each collage revealing a different arrangement of my leitmotifs, as you'll now see. You'll have seen, in my piece of visual music, an ordering of images that have taken flight into a realm of fantasy, where the rhythms of music have joined the patterns of architecture to celebrate the qualities of an exceptional building. I was worried at one stage that the creators of the cheesegrater would find my distortions of their building somewhat subversive. In fact, I'm pleased to say that both the developer and the architects are delighted with the result. From my point of view, I see Citirama as an experimental performance which has begun to reveal a new type of relationship between music and architecture, no longer frozen, but instead constantly moving and inventive. Thank you for watching and listening.